a quick contest update and Community Mail Day. Because it's all about community love. And it's all coming up right now. Hello, everybody. My name is Robert Sagady. I'm also known as the Commenting Collector. I hope everyone had a great week. I sure did. And I'm particularly excited about this episode because I'm going to open with you, so I have not seen it before, some great community mail. Community mail from a Hall of Famer and a up-and-coming star in this community. So that's going to come up. That's going to come right after I talk about the big 500 milestone subscriber contest. Just briefly, I have received a couple VRs, which is awesome. If you haven't had a chance, check those out. I will put a mention to them in the description, just in case you're thinking about doing one yourself. That maybe give you some inspiration, some ideas. But just a quick recap. There are 4 ways to win. I'll just go over them real quick. Actually, the first one, the All-Star ballot nomination, that you can't really do anything about that, so just forget about that. But there are 3 other ways to win. First of all, easy enough, just leave a comment in not this. I mean, you can leave a comment in this video just for this video, but you'd want to you would have want to have left the comment in the previous video, the 500 mile subscriber contest video. Just leave a comment, and that will get you a entry into the comment. We'll just call it the comment prize wheel. And then you'll get credit for previous comments that are within the parameters. I think I go back like 9 videos ago. But anyway, all that information is located in the description of this previous video, the 500 milestone contest video. So if you have any questions, just refer back to that video. The second way to win is really easy. There's nothing you can do as of September 20th. If you were or are a subscriber of my channel, you'll get a entry into the subscriber contest wheel. And I should mention that the subscriber contest wheel, that if you win that will get you a chance for $25 eBay gift certificate. If you win the comment subscriber wheel, you'll get a $10 cash. And the third way that it's possible for you to do anything to win, and it's probably the funnest one, and this one will earn you $25 eBay gift card if you win. And that is submit a VR showing your baseball card fantasy lineup. And again, refer to the previous video as I show you an example of what I came up with. And of course, like I said, I'll put some mentions in this description of channels that have already submitted a lineup. And I just want to point out that one of the submissions was from John, the autograph fisher.
Hello there, Johnny K here, the collector.
And in addition to his baseball card lineup, and you got to see it, it's really cool because he actually has the cards autographed, so that's really neat. But he also included a hockey lineup. And I'll just say, I mean, most people do have baseball cards, but let's just say you're big into hockey like John and a lot of you other channels out there, especially my Canadian brothers out there. So if baseball isn't quite your focus as far as your collection, but you have like a lot of hockey cards, just I'll accept a hockey lineup. That's fine. Or if you're a hoopster, basketball, that's fine. Or even if you're like Nikki two times and you love soccer, just submit your soccer lineup. Yeah, I just want to make it something that you collect and you would have a fun time showing a fantasy starting lineup. And I just want to, I just kind of was joking a little. I know it is a fact that Nikki two times does, he is a soccer fan, but of course he is also a diehard Eagles fan and a Philly fan because he's a Philly guy. And just a plug for Nikki, he has one of the best lives in the community. He does a Sunday night live. It's called Sunday Fun Day, and it's great. He talks about current event topics. He'll what I like, and that's why I say it's the best live stream out there, is his interaction with the chats, with the people in the live chat, and the people in the live chat interact with each other. It's just a good old time. So go to Nikki two times channel, check out his videos, but especially Sunday, check out his live. And I know he'll archive that too if you're not available on Sunday night, but check out Nikki two time. But anyway, yeah, so 4 ways to win: the comments, the VR, subscriber, and then the other was the all-star ballot, but that you can't really do anything about that. And the subscriber, you can't do anything about that either, but you have to be a current subscriber. So just don't drop me, because if you're not a current subscriber, then you're not going to be eligible. Or if you're not a current subscriber and you subscribe to me today, again, I'd really appreciate that, and you'll be definitely eligible for future contests, and hopefully you'll just enjoy the videos as I try to put out the best possible entertaining, maybe sometimes a little bit educational videos for y'all. So with all that done and said, let me turn around the camera and let's see some great mail day.
Mulholland. There's a shot deep to left, way back, kiss it, goodbye. It's a fair ball and a home run for Andre Dawson. It's across the street and the scramble is on. A 3-run blast for Andre Dawson. What a shot. That's his 19th home run, and he comes up with it across the street on Waveland Avenue.
And it looked like the mailman got it. Andre Dawson delivering the mail and the mailman getting the baseball.
Boy, he's happy. He put it away in the mail truck, and you better not mess with the U.S. mail.
And now he's taking the bow. They're not going to throw that one back.
Okay, just a quick little flashback as we do some housekeeping here. As you can see, this is, well, maybe you can't see it, I'll bring it up. This is from Saturday, August 22nd, 1998. And if you would be so kind, I'd love to refer you back, not to my last video, that of course is the 500 milestone contest, just got finished talking about. However, the video before that one, I talked about my experience at Wrigley Field that particular day with my buddy Doug, and I'm not going to rehash it. I would just highly recommend that you go back to that video. It's a lot of you have already watched it. It's been well received. I really appreciate it. But anyway, I just want to do a little housekeeping, because the next day, the Sunday, it was the final day of the series final game of the series against the Astros, August 23rd, 1998, and we're sitting in the bleachers, and that's very important with what I'm about to show you. And just to revisit, because I get a kick out of the $12 bleacher face value for the tickets. My first game at Wrigley was in 1989, and I still have the ticket stub for that, and that was it has a $6 face value, so it's kind of fun. You know, that was what, 9 years later it doubled to 12. I haven't been to Wrigley in 7 years. I'm hoping to get back next year, tied in with a national. I was hoping to do that this year, but that's a whole different story. But I think tickets, they got to be like $60, I think, for face value, and you know, a heck of a lot more if it's a popular game and you're gonna get it off the secondary market. But anyway, well, Vince,
greetings and welcome to the Sports Card Ripping
could probably
Teacher.
verify what bleacher tickets are going for, or any of you Cub fans that have been to Wrigley recently, or you know, what the heck, I could probably just go on the internet and figure that out. But it's a lot funner this way if you put that in the comments. But anyway, back to the story. So Doug and I are there on Sunday, final game that we're in town for before we head back to the Twin Cities, and a couple cool things happened, and I'm just gonna show you real quick, because to tie into this ticket stub and show you the back is Dominic's big grocery chain in Chicago.
This week in Dominic's Country Fresh Produce Department, you'll find some appealing savings on golden ripe bananas, just 25 cents a pound. Make your next checkup the best yet with Crest toothpaste, now available in tubes and pumps, just $1.39 each. And in Dominic's Dairy Case, the savings are exceptional on USDA Grade A fresh large eggs, just 39 cents a dozen with $5 purchase at Dominic's.
But oh, and then by the way, I'm utilizing these screw downs that Bruce had some of his cards in the grocery store find. He was using these for some of his cards, and obviously, especially if they're not recessed like this isn't, you don't want to have your valuable cards in there for obvious reasons. You know, they get smashed down and whatever, and then there could be some paper or ink bleeding onto the screw down or whatever. It's just not a good idea. But and I just don't like throwing things away, and I didn't know what else to do with them. I don't think anyone would really be interested in buying them, but maybe they will be now, because I think if you, for this purpose, for ticket stubs, you know, unless you maybe want to send them into PSA to get graded, even if you do, I don't think this is gonna bother them whatsoever, because it's just a ticket stub. You're just smashing it down. I suppose for the same reason for cards, maybe you could get some ink, what do you call, pressing on or bleeding off onto this thing. I don't know. But you know, again, I'm not sending it into PSA, so it doesn't matter. It's just a great way to utilize these screw downs, and then to preserve and be able to present some of my more cherished ticket stubs. So anyway, so back to the point of this story. So we're sitting there in the bleachers Sunday, and Sammy Sosa has himself a day, and I didn't realize that Topps had made these in 1999, these home run, if I could talk, home run parade cards. And I'll read real quickly a little blurb. 1999 Topps is a 462 card set released in two series of 242 and 220 cards. To commemorate Mark McGuire's 1998 season, card number 220 was issued in 70 different variations, one for each home run, to honor his record-setting season. Cumulatively, the production of number 220 is equal to any other base set card. Individually, each card was produced in 1/70th the supply of the other base cards. In series number 2, a similar card of Sammy Sosa, number 461, was issued in 66 different varieties, and this is one of those 66. A base set is considered complete with any one of the 70 McGuire and 66 variations. So I'll show you in a second the second one. So I have 2 of the 66. But anyway, card number 7 was not issued, as Topps continues to honor the memory of Mickey Mantle. which is interesting. The Christmas factory set contains one Nolan Ryan finest reprint card as an added bonus, while the hobby and retail factory sets just contain the regular sets in a factory box. Please note that the backs of the cards from factory sets are printed in the opposite direction compared to the cards that came in the pack. So anyway, this is the homer number 50, and like I said, Doug and I were sitting right there in left field. So this ball, actually, I didn't get it, or neither Doug or I got it, but it would have been pretty cool. But we were close to it. So I'll just read what the back says. Chicago with astronaut Scott Altman on hand. Sosa rockets a moonshot in the 5th against the Astros. Fans chant. Oh, by the way, I see what they did there with the moonshot Astros. I like that, and the astronaut in present at Wrigley. Sammy, demanding a curtain call. Sosa became the 16th player to hit 50 home runs in a season. So that was cool to see that milestone. Of course, that's the year that Sosa and McGuire battled it out, and you could get sanctimonious about the steroid thing or whatever, but at the time it was just a gas to be there. But like I said, that wasn't all. So Sammy had a big day. Oh, and then I should mention, until recently, I had no idea these cards existed. For me, it was just having that ticket stub in my memories. So I saw these on eBay, these 1999 each home run parade cards, and they all matched up with the game that Doug and I had been at. And what a cool little memento to have. So this was number 51, and this was really fun because you can see, actually, I failed to mention, I said the ball went in our section. No, this was a 433 foot shot for number 50 for Sammy. That thing sailed out of Wrigley Field well over our heads, and the place went wild. So I apologize, I should have mentioned that in initially, but yeah, that was a moonshot. And I was reminded that because this one was actually 388, so this was the one that actually landed closer by to Doug and I, because it stayed in left field, obviously. But in the 8th inning against Houston, Sosa belts his second big fly of the game. It's his 9th multi-homer game of the year. He still can't keep pace with the rampaging Mark McGuire, who clubs his 3rd in Pittsburgh that day. Shout out Andy's at it. Yeah, so that's cool. Sosa would end up with 66 home runs, and then McGuire, of course, ended up with 70. So that was fun to be there for Mr. Sosa's 50 and 51st. And just as a side note, the next year I was at Wrigley in '99, and it just happened to be when Sosa hit number 50 as well. So just wanted to highlight that real quick. Also, shout out to Eric's Card Closet. If you recall my last video, I used the Ted Williams 1952 Red Man, and I should have grabbed that, but just go back to that last video. He was batting 5th in my fantasy lineup. But anyway, as a side note, or as just a supplement, Eric included this St. Paul Saints inaugural season, which was actually 1993. It doesn't say on there, but it was 1993. And you can see that's the pig that would bring baseballs to the home plate umpire. And if you're thinking, that's minor league baseball, and a lot of those kind of novelty innovations.
The Saints have bat boys and girls, but they have a ball pig, familiar to every umpire in the league. Vec feels rules are for the game, not for anything else.
Innovations were the brainchild of Bill Veeck, who was the Chicago White Sox owner, would do all that stuff in the 70s. And the reason I bring that story up is it's his son Mike Veeck that was actually one of the original. There's several owners, but one of them was Mike Veeck, son of Bill, and of course he carried on his family tradition and legacy and had a lot of cool little side kind of circus things going on, at which many minor league parks do. That is the charm. And in 1993, what was really a big attraction for a lot of the fans is they played in an outdoor ballpark, because at the time the Minnesota Twins were still playing in the dread awful Metrodome, so on artificial turf. So if you wanted to see outdoor baseball, Saints were it. And Eric just asked if I wanted this. I said sure, this would be great. I looked up online. It's unopened, and I'm an unopened collector, so I'm not gonna open it. I did look online because I thought if there's some really cool cards in there, maybe I would. But the only player in here that I really recognized was, and it's a good one, especially another shout out to Cubs fans, and I guess he played for the Cardinals for a little bit too as well. But Leon Bull Durham, he's in here. He was on the Saints that first year in 1993, and also it was kind of interesting to see on eBay. There's a card in here of one of the Saints sponsors. It's a jewelry store. It's called Moeller's Jewelry. It's a pretty popular jewelry store in St. Paul. So anyway, as one of the sponsors, they have Mark Moeller, the owner's card in here. But what's interesting about that is, I don't know how many, but the card that they were showing on eBay, there is actually a plastic bag stapled to the back of his card with a tiny teensy wincy little diamond. So I suppose, I don't know how many diamonds they put in those cards, but I suppose you are in these packs, but I suppose if there are more than one, I guess technically there could be a diamond in there. I don't know. Look, I see a little bit of separation, but who knows? Maybe in a future date I'll open it to see if there is a little tiny diamond. Highly doubtful, though. That'd be pretty large odds that there would be. So thank you, Eric, for that. Really appreciate it. And now with a little mail day. My man, Andy's Attic. If you go back, speaking of the archives, go back, I don't know, four or five videos, I can't remember.
Guys and gals, welcome back to the attic.
Andy sent me a care package with a lot of great stuff. He sent me another one, and actually part of it I can't show, or he doesn't want me to show, because Andy let the cat out of the bag now, is going to be a future guest of mine for my collectors chat series. So I'll be excited to have Andy. Andy, he's a great commenter that just started his channel in his first few months, and I think he's got near if not over 200 subs already. So he's doing well. He's kind of a loose cannon, and I should say in a positive way. He's a loose cannon in a positive way. You just don't know what he's going to do or what he's going to say, but he just shows some awesome cards. So I can't wait to get him on the show, and we can, who knows where the conversations are going to go. He's got so many great stories and cool experiences in his many years of collecting, so we can't wait. So anyway, Andy sent me another care package, and some of that stuff we're going to save for the chat, but he did say I can show a couple things. First of all, he sent me a pack of Twins, which is really, really cool. The team pack. It's like the 1987 cards, team pack, and this was a great year because this, of course, represents the 1986 is when, you know, the cards would have been made, but in 87, this 87 design, that is when the Twins won their first World Series. And there's the manager, Tom Kelly, on the front, and the team leaders on the back. I know their catcher was Tim Laudner, and that looks like it could be Frankie Viola. I can't see a jersey number, but it's a lefty, so it's probably Frankie Viola and Tim Laudner. So, I had great memories. I was there for all 4 home games, because every game in that series was won by the home team, and it just happened that the Twins had the home field advantage, so they won games 1 and 2, and then came back. Then went to St. Louis, lost 3, 4, and 5. Then came back and won 6 and 7. So I still distinctly remember that ground ball to third base. Gaetti scooped it up, threw it to Herbeck, and the celebration was on.
To Gaetti, for the first time ever, the Minnesota Twins are the world champions.
Party Central, because the Twins had never won a World Series. And Minnesota, in fact, you know, with the Vikings and North Stars, well chronicled. They hadn't really won any championships since the Minneapolis Lakers had left town, and that was well before my time. So that was a great time. So thank you, Andy, for that. And he also sent me Chris Carter, which is really cool. You know, it's triple protected. I'm going to just open it just to make sure there's... Yep, there are other things in here, so glad I opened it. Hall of Famer. Oh, they're all Chris Carters. Yep. Great player. Starstruck. Pretty cool. Yeah, so the Vikings got Chris Carter for, I think, $100 or 100, or maybe it was $200 from the Philadelphia Eagles, as they, I guess he kind of a cancer in the locker room or whatever. So they just waived him. Vikings picked him up for $200, and then he went on to have a Hall of Fame career as he kind of turned things around, became a leader. So there you go. He played his college at the Ohio State, of course. So thanks, Andy. I really appreciate those. But here's the big thing from Andy. I assume it's big because he's got the 2 cardboard and the painter's tape on it. So we'll open these bad boys up. Really appreciate the generosity of the community. Just as Andy would say, unfreaking believable. Unfreaking believable. Look at this. Like I said, he had already sent me a bunch of stuff about 4 or 5 weeks ago, and here we go again. Rod Carew, 70th anniversary of Topps. I assume that's what that is. Congratulations. Yeah, it's the logo patch card for that anniversary. 2021 Topps Baseball Series 2. That is awesome. Yep, Rod Carew, 1977. He flirted with 400. Ended up batting 388. Sir Rodney Cline Carew. Great card. Oh my goodness. Look at that. It's my wife's favorite player, Mrs. CC. Torrey Hunter. Authentic game-worn jersey with the pinstripe. Oh my goodness. Andy. I could be a broken record and say you keep outdoing yourself, but this is awesome. Mrs. CC is going to love this one. That is, wow. He's not a Hall of Famer. He just didn't have longevity and the stats, but man, during his prime, there was no one better in the outfield, center field. Gold Glover. Plus, he was just great in the clubhouse. Great personality, fan favorite. Like I said, Mrs. CC, love the guy. And last but not least, another Torrey Hunter. Yeah, oh well, just another jersey patch with with the pinstripe on it. Oh my goodness. Upper deck. Wow, Andy. I knew these were going to be good. He had them in the cardboard, and yeah, as always, he's got them triple protected. They're in plastic. They're in a top loader and then a penny sleeve. Yeah, appreciate that, Andy. You rock. You rock.
Have a super freaking awesome day.
Here. I'm getting a little full up here, but it's okay. What's that gonna stay? There we go. And we got the Chris Carters. Okay, we got one more. You may have noticed this package.
Hey now!
From Mr. Picker Jim.
Very, very, very upset. The TV is lucky it made it.
He called me, or he texted me and said, hey, I know you're trying to complete some sets. I may be able to help you out. And it's not just because he's giving me stuff, but if you ever wonder why Picker Jim is a Hall of Famer, it's just his generosity, just his enthusiasm, and that's just beyond what he shows on his channel, which is just awesome stuff. He's got this Hall of Fame rookie card run that's just unbelievable, second to none. He's knowledgeable on not just the Red Sox, not just the majors, but now he's getting into the Japanese realm, and he's knowledgeable on that. He's getting cards, so he's what do they call it, a 5-tool player in baseball. Well, Picker Jim S, he's 5 tools or whatever the number would be, because he checks all the boxes. So yeah, just to kind of show you real quick, I'm trying to complete some sets, so I've got my void list, and I just like Eric Card Closet and Andy and now Picker Jim, I've just been overwhelmed by their generosity as they're helping me complete these sets. 69, I've got a long way to go. I still missing the first and second series, which is 1 through 216. The rest of it, not too bad, but there's still a lot there. Deco Edge, I'm just missing a couple. 1970, that's all I got left, so I'm almost seeing the light of the tunnel there. 71, sorry to knock the camera, for the black border. Love this set. Yeah, I'm getting close, not too bad, although I'm missing 521 through 752, except for the Clemente, which I have. It's severely miscut, so I wouldn't mind getting a better version of that. 78. These are I actually bought from the store when I was a kid, but now I'm getting help from the community, getting close on that. 1980, another one I collected as a kid, getting close on that. 81 I collected, that was a big one. I actually bought a complete box back in 81, and for that reason I got the first set complete and just getting close to the second set. 82, with the community's help, I'm getting down there as well. 84 Fleer, and then 72, 73 Hockey, thanks to the grocery store find, and as well as 73 and 74, because that was before my time collecting, and I never really collected a lot of hockey, so now I'm getting close to those 2 sets. But yeah, that's what the little background, that's what that's all about. It's been fun just trying to complete those sets. That's kind of the the grassroots, the essence of the hobby that we're in. So I think I'm gonna just kind of take this off camera. Maybe I'll pause the video and open this up. Okay, we're getting closer. Part of Picker Jim's resume, I will say he's a first-class, grade A, #1 packer and shipper. Unbelievable safety. He's got the bubble wrap. He's got the cardboard. He's got this thing. It says open, so we'll abide by that. And then he's got a note here. What does it say? Hi, I hope all is well. I'm not going to do a Picker Jim impression, but I'm tempted. Enclosed, you will find some cards for your sets and something else that really belongs in your collection. I hope you enjoy. Take care. Jim. Picker Jim, of course. Oh, man. This is great. Hall of Famer. Hall of Fame person, actually, first and foremost. He also sent me in that was this box. So let's open the box first. Again, I sent Jim my void, so I'm assuming this is to help build some of those sets that I'm in need of, and it looks like it is. What a packing job. What a packing job. I gotta be careful with these. Okay. Some of it kind of spread out a little. Oh, look at this. Tiger 1980. You can see I'm not going, don't worry, I'm not going through all these, but shout out BK, Macwack Stacks. Look at that. Club. So you got 1980s on here. You might have these in order, so I'm not going to shuffle them around too much. I just kind of give you a feeling of what's in here. So these are the 1980s. Oh, this is gonna put a big dent and go a long way in me completing those. I lost it, but there was a Jack Morris in here, which is a Hall of Famer. St. Paul boy. Then I see the 78s in there. Awesome. You got that game on the back. My 78s were never the ones I bought as a kid. Never going to be in great shape because I used to play that game. But that's what we did with our cards. We just didn't throw them in plastic. So looking at that, and he's got the 72s on the bottom, which I always love the 72s. Look at that Richie Zisk. So these aren't just common players. These are Bob Watson. I think he was a future American League president, or it was National League or president. I know he played with the Yankees. There's the Astros. Shout out Barry Berry. Awesome. Don Money. I know, Phillies, and I know he played with the Brewers. Shout out Lee, Criterion Racer. And again, I'm so tempted to go through all these, but I'm not, just for time's sake. But these are some awesome players: J.B. Concepcion, Peacemaker, and RobCashCards. Cesar Cedeno. Another shout out Barry Berry. Lance at New and Old. All the Astros fans. Yeah. Oh, I love these. Look at that Hall of Famer, Gaylord Perry. Boyhood photo of the stars. So that is. Oh, and he's got the old ones in here too. Some of the 1970s that I need. Awesome. Brad Gasper. That's awesome. Bob Veal. Shout out Andy. And Clay Dalrymple. Called him Clayton back then. Catcher. Look at that glove. That glove. Eric Card Closet was showing a glove, and not nearly as big as that modern one. Eric Card Closet's glove was from the 1800s. It was tiny. Check out that video. That was, I think, Eric's most recent video. So we'll put those off to the side, and we're gonna I'm intrigued by this one. Let me get my cutter on this one. Get the sides here. Don't want to cut into it, but I think I'm safe to go on the sides here. Picker Jim, man, really appreciate you. Oh, cool. I opened it correctly because it's going to be a little more of a reveal. So he's saying, Valerie Shepard. This index card was signed by Valerie Shepard through the mail. She is one of the few still living child munchkins from the 1939 film Wizard of Oz. You got to be kidding me. I didn't even recognize the name. I think it's Valerie. Yeah. Ms. Shepard for sure.
Valerie Lou Shepard, now 93, is seen here with the blonde curls and pink dress, skipping with the rest of the munchkins down the yellow brick road.
Here we go. Valerie Shepard. Child Munchkins. She inscribed that. Wizard of Oz. What an inscription. What an awesome card. What an awesome autograph. She is still living. So yeah, Picker Jim is, like I said, the many hats he wears. Now he's doing the through the mail, and he must have got Ms. Shepard's autograph, sent this in, and thought of me, and wow, it's crazy. Yeah, I've got a Wizard of Oz poster with a lot of the Munchkins signed, but I'll double check. I don't think Ms. Shepard was on there, so this would be new to that. So this would be quite a compliment to that piece, and for my whole Wizard of Oz collection, which is on one of my playlists. For a cheap little plug, check it out. So that will about do it. One other thing before you go. I didn't go to the National. I ordered all these channel stickers. So if you'd like one, please, by all means, email me at commentingcollector@gmail.com. I'll be glad to send one your way. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Love to hear your comments. And if you're not subscribed, I'd appreciate a subscription. So, as always, I am the Commenting Collector. Good collecting.
3-2 pitch. There she goes. No doubt about it. He's got 50. Swung on, hit high, hit deep, hit far. He's got number 51. That is the family of Sammy Sosa enjoying his 2-home run performance. And in a game like this, the fans stay around the whole way just to watch Sammy hit another one.
And hit another one. He does. A towering shot. He's got 51.
Oh, and you know the folks down in the Dominican Republic are celebrating in the streets as Sammy Sosa keeps pace with Mark McGuire. Big Mac hit number 53 today. Sosa number 50 and 51. Oh, baby, what a bullet.
This is a high fastball, and Sammy just turns on it and takes it way back. It's the 9th multi-homer game of the year. And for Southwest Airlines, how far does it fly? 369 happy feet.
Yeah, the Sosa family calling home to make sure mom was watching down in the Dominican Republic.
It's going to be a very, very happy family as Sammy gets ever closer to 62.